Welcome to the Sunny Stampin' Studio. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this fun and easy retro-ish birthday card. Why don't we get started? First thing you're going to need is a piece of pretty and pink cardstock that's 2¼ inches by 4 inches. I'm using my Everything Nice stamp set, and I've already got it set up on my Stamp-A-Majig. So I have my pretty and pink cardstock held to my grid paper using Dotto adhesive so that it doesn't shift as I'm stamping. So I'm going to align my imaging sheet and then line up the T-tool from my Stamp-A-Majig with my imaging sheet. And then I'm going to take my stamp and I'm going to make sure it's very well inked in basic black classic ink. Whoops, sorry, it's sticking to my paper there. And then I'm going to slide it into the corner of the T-tool and press straight down and straight up. Now, when you stamp on colored cardstock, it's often very different from stamping on regular white cardstock. Your images don't always end up as nice and crisp. Sometimes you have to stamp twice. Now in this case, it actually stamped quite nicely. So I'm just going to take my imaging sheet again, and I'm going to align this below the first image that I stamped. And then I've inked up my stamp in basic black classic ink, and I'm going to stamp. So there you can see I've now got my main image. So with my snail adhesive, I'm going to center and stick this to a piece of Whisper White cardstock that's 2½ by 4¼ inches. Like so. So I'm now going to grab a 10-inch piece of pretty and pink taffeta ribbon, and I'm going to create 2 loops like so. I'm then going to tie these loops. So I'm going to wrap one around the other and then bring it up through the center in order to tie a bow. And now what you need to do is you just need to sort of pull the ends to adjust your bow until you get one that you're happy with. Now you probably could have used less than 10 inches, but I actually like to make sure I cut a little bit more than I need, so I'm not fumbling too much with a ribbon piece that's too small. And then what I do is once I've trimmed the ends, I just save these pieces for other projects. So once you have your bow, you can grab your mini glue dots, and I'm going to stick the center of my bow to my mini glue dot, and then I want to stick that to the bottom of my greeting piece like so. So I'm going to slide that aside for a moment, and I'm going to grab my cardstock pieces. So I need my designer paper, my Whisper White, I'm going to need a strip of pretty and pink, and I'm also going to need a bigger piece, which I realized I forgot to cut. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back with my pretty and pink cardstock piece. Now this piece is 4 by 5¼ inches. This DP is from the Sweet Pea, I think it's called the Sweet Pea. It's a paper stack, and it's in the Occasions Mini Catalogue. It's an awesome pad of paper. And this piece is 3 3/4 by 5. So I want to center and stick this to my pretty and pink cardstock. Now I'm just going to lay this on here or to the side for placement so that I can see what height I want my strip to be. So I think that's kind of about where I want it to be. So I'm going to place snail adhesive on the back, and then I'm going to stick it down to my pretty and pink. Now I didn't do a very good job trimming today, so I'm just going to trim that. So this is a 7/8 of an inch wide by 4-inch strip of pretty and pink. So I'm now going to grab this greeting, and I'm going to put a Stampin' Dimensional in each corner. And then I'm going to stick this to my pretty in pink piece. So what I want to do when I'm sticking this is I'm going to try and center it, well, not center it per se, put an even border at the top and right edge, like so. I'm then going to grab my paper piercing tool and my foam mat, and I want to pierce 2 holes, keeping in mind that I'm going to be using a larger size of brad. I'm using my 5/16 of an inch Neutrals assortment brads, and it's the white ones that I want. And I'm going to stick these into the holes that I just pierced, and then I'm going to open the prongs on the back. Like so. So you can see what your piece now looks like. So we're now ready to stick this onto the Whisper White card front. So I'm going to put my snail adhesive on there, and then I'm going to center and stick this onto my card front. Like so. So there you have it. The card's all done.